Now it's time to configure Git properly. In this video, I'll walk you through Git configuration levels, system, global, and local, so you can set it up the right way for your projects. Let's get started. Before we start using Git, we need to configure it properly so that our commits are linked to the correct user and email. Imagine you're working on a project with a team and someone makes a change to the code. Without proper configuration, it would be difficult to know who made the change, when it was made, and why it was done. Git keeps track of every modification, and having the right user information ensures that each commit is correctly attributed. This is essential for collaboration as it helps team members understand who contributed to what and makes debugging and reviewing code much easier. Git configuration works in a hierarchical manner, meaning different levels of configuration can override each other. Local settings have the highest priority and apply only to a specific repository. Global settings apply to the entire user account but are overridden if a local setting exists. System settings affect all users and repositories on the machine but can be overridden by global or local configurations. To configure Git at the local level, we use sudo git config-local. This means the settings will only apply to the specific repository we're working in. However, we can also configure Git at a broader level using -global or -system. When we use -global, the configuration applies to our entire user account, affecting all repositories unless a local setting overrides it. With -system, the configuration is applied to all users and repositories on the machine, making it the most general setting. Understanding this hierarchy helps ensure Git behaves the way you expect, especially when working on multiple projects. First, we set the system-level Git username using sudo git config system-user.name turtle. This configuration is stored in the /etc/gitconfig file, which holds system-wide Git settings. To verify the change, we check the file using cat/etc/gitconfig, where we can see that user.name is set to turtle. Next, we update the username by running sudo git config system user.name turtle code, and when we check /etc/gitconfig again, we can see that the value has changed. Finally, to remove the system-level username configuration, we use sudo git config system unset user.name, and after running cat/gitconfig, we confirm that the user.name entry is no longer there. This demonstrates how system-level configurations are stored, modified, and removed in Git. Of course, user.name is just one of many Git configuration settings. Git allows us to customize various aspects such as user.email, default branches, merge strategies, and even aliasing commands for convenience. We'll explore these settings in more detail in future lessons. Now let's move to the global level configuration. When we set the global username using git config-global user.name turtle, the configuration is stored in the //gitconfig file, which holds settings that apply to the user account across all repositories. To verify the change, we check the file using cat/gitconfig, where we can see that user.name is set to turtle. If we decide to update it, we run gitconfig-global user.name turtle code, and when we check //gitconfig again, the value will be updated. If we want to remove the global configuration, we use git config global unset user.name, and after checking the file again, we'll confirm that the user.name entry has been removed. This demonstrates how global-level configurations are stored, modified, and removed in Git. Now, let's move on to the local-level configuration, which is specific to a single Git repository. The --local configuration is only applied after you run git init inside a project directory. To demonstrate this, I'll first create a directory for my project called Python project, and initialize it as a Git repository by running git init. Once initialized, I can use ls-la to see the .git directory, which contains all the Git configuration and metadata for the project. If I go into the .git directory, I'll find a config file where the local configurations are stored. Next, I'll set the local Git username for this repository by running git config-local user.name turtle. After running this command, I can use cat config to show that the configuration has been added. Finally, if I want to remove this local configuration, I can use git config local-unset user.name After running this command, I can use cat config to show that the configuration has been removed. This demonstrates how local level configurations work and how they can be added or removed for a specific repository. We don't have to check configuration settings just by looking at the configuration files. We can also use the git config-list command to view all of the current Git configurations. For example, if I define a system-level username using sudo git config system user.name turtle system, I can view this system configuration with the command git config system-list. I can also check the /etc/git config file to see the configuration directly. Next, for the global level configuration, if I set the username to turtle global with git config-global user global, I can use git config global-list to view the global configurations. I can also check git config file to confirm that the global configuration has been set. However, for local level configurations, I can't run git config-local user.name turtle local unless I'm inside a Git repository, since the local configurations are specific to that repository. Therefore, using git config-local-list won't work unless I'm inside a repository. If I want to see all system and global configuration settings combined, I can use git config list show origin. This will show me all the settings, including the source where each configuration comes from, whether it's from the system, global, or local level. In the next video, we'll create your first Git repository. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.